with Magnum Land Services.
That's what.
Oh,
that
yeah.
is 11 o'clock. I'm sorry.
That is your appointment.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's Mark Fisher was on there.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
He had to go up to Ohio today.
Oh, okay. So you're just representing him today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Sorry about that. We're running a little bit behind, about 15 minutes.
No problem.
So we are at our 11 o'clock appointment, and we have Mark Fisher, but we have a gentleman replacing him that just introduced, with Magnum Land Services, discussion and/or action on oil or gas lease proposal for East Fork Industrial Park. You have the floor, sir.
All right. Well, from my understanding, it's about a 100-acre industrial park that it's about 100, give or take some, that Magnum Land Services was wanting to lease for $100 an acre for a 5-year primary term, a 5-year option to extend for $200 an acre in the event that natural gas or oil is found. They pay for surface damages. They give a 12.5% royalty, 1/8 royalty, on top of all the production. If nothing is ever drilled, then nothing is ever touched, but you still get the money up front. It's a paid-up lease. You get it within 60 days, on or before 60 days of us turning in the lease. I have a copy here for you to take a look at. From what I've encountered here in this county, that from everybody that's looked at a lease, everybody has told myself that our lease seems to be the most black and white. It seems to protect the land more than the other ones.
It's definitely black and white. It just needs to be about twice as big a print.
Yes, sir. We do clean up our mess. Anything, we clean up all the stuff that's around. We clean up all the tools. We just make sure that we return the land back to the way we found it. That's kind of a big thing for us, and we know for a fact that's a big thing in this area. And West Virginia is a beautiful state compared to the flat land that I come from in Kansas. So we definitely appreciate everybody's concern that we want to make sure that the land doesn't get disturbed any more than it is. We don't want to do anything that's going to cause any spillage or anything like that. We definitely want get the natural gas, and the royalties would go to the county, so we would just cut
You said this was a sample lease?
Yes, ma'am. I have a completed lease that I have to go deliver to somebody this afternoon.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let me...
That's not a sample lease. The only thing that's missing from that is the actual numbers.
Right.
Yeah, I was going to say, because the numbers don't match what you just said.
Right, yeah, the numbers aren't in there. That's the only thing that's not in there.
We're talking about, of course, having a discussion here, and I'd like to interject one thing.
Yes, sir.
The other two commissioners know that we're still in the process of remediating that site up there at the present time. We have finished phase 2 of it, and basically negotiating when I was there, and we took some soil samples to perhaps use as fill over the landfill cell. So we don't have that project completed yet as far as the next phase of it, although we're working on it and we're trying to find something. So it will be my intention right now to say that I am not interested in leasing it at the present time until it is completed and we get a clean bill of health, which we've got so far from the DEP and the USDA, and the people are involved in it. Would be my opinion that at the present time I wouldn't be interested in leasing it until everything is taken care of there, and then I would be willing to talk at that particular time. Mr. Shackle.
I agree with you, James. I think it's premature for us to consider any use until we've finished our project at hand, number one. Number two, I noticed the Farm Bureau, thank you, had a meeting on oil and gas leases, which was very informative to the public. One thing that was pointed out to me, there seemed to be a wide variance in the amount of money paid per acre depending on who you were. And $100 per acre, I mean, seems quite like a small amount compared to what other people in other places have been
High
on.
compared to the methods.
Well, I heard it was a lot less, so
Well,
that's an issue in and of itself, but I have to agree with Mr. Carpenter. I think it's just premature at this time to even consider it.
So in a way, it's kind of about the money?
No, not
No.
really.
Okay.
Not, it's the property.
It's certainly
Oh, I
not
understand that,
an
yeah.
issue with the money for me right now, because, I mean, I don't know what people are paying. I do know that the first group that come in paid $50 an acre, and then there was one come in that paid $75 an acre.
75.
And then it
People
went,
started at 5,
Some
and it's
people
gone all the
start
way
at
up
5.
to
yeah,
50.
it's up to 100 now. But the statements that are being made, some of the statements are being made about, oh, we can get $1,700 an acre. Well, you might do that in New Jersey if there's a gas well next door to you and they want to lease your property to do that. But I can't see that that's going to happen around here until there's actually some gas or oil found in this country. And I just wonder about those statements.
There is.
Oh, yes, well, when I say in this country, we do have some gas wells in the northern end of the county
Right.
on Allegheny Mountain. I think they belong to Columbia. And
Yeah, some above and below this county. The Marcellus Shale is what they're going after, and it's about 4,000 to 7,000 feet down, and it stretches from Pennsylvania to here. Now, what they are saying, what they are unsure, they truly believe that there's natural gas under here, but what they're saying about the difference is the pressure, the amount of pressure that's pushing the minerals up is higher in Pennsylvania area than it is down here. So this is still good land, and it still has the natural gas, they believe, but a lot of speculation is that it's not going to produce as much as up there, regardless of the fact that they know it's above us, or above Pocahontas and below Pocahontas. So and I can fully understand what your position is on it, and I appreciate that. And, I hope that you keep this in mind and give us a call if and when you are ready to pursue that.
we thank you for your interest.
If I could add another thing too, like I just to give you an example, I don't normally offer examples like this just because, but there are certain things that we can put in the contract. If you don't see something in there that is not satisfactory to you guys, we can definitely change that. We can probably meet almost all of your requests if you have any. So just keep in mind that that's not set in stone. A lot of that,
Negotiable.
right? It is negotiable. So I just want you to keep in mind that. So if you see something, if you see a way around this, and where everybody would be appeased and it would just work out for the benefit of everybody, we would be more than happy to discuss that.
Can you give me some kind of an idea now about how much land you have leased in Pocahontas County at the present time? Or do you, is this something that's...
We've only been at it for about a month. In the first week, what we did is we spent, this is a new lease to all of us in our group, is we spent a week going over the lease inside and out, trying to understand it and just make sure that we know where our company stands on the oil and gas lease. And then second week, we started making phone calls. And it didn't get to about the end of the second week, third week, that I started going out to people amongst everybody else that I'm with. And right now, we've leased quite a bit. I couldn't tell you that number. But we're here for a long period of time. It could just be a very long time. So
Okay,
right now we haven't used much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
And thanks for showing your interest.
Thanks.
Thanks, sir.